you my 11 a.m. appointment? Okay, hi, welcome. You're here for your very first therapy session, aren't you? Okay, yeah. Yeah, of course, you can just come with me. You can sit down on the sofa in front of you and make yourself as comfortable as you can. Would you like a glass of water? Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, we're gonna be talking for a while, so you can always refer to me and I will bring you something to drink. Yeah, sure. Okay, very well. So, my name is Claire and I'm a female-centered therapist. And yeah, thank you so much for coming today. Yeah, we spoke on the phone. Yeah. So, first of all, before we even start this session, I have to ask you a couple of questions. And you can, of course, take your time answering them. You can think about every question very well. If you don't want to answer a question, you don't have to. Absolutely not. And yeah, I would say we can just start. Okay. So the first thing I need is your name. Okay. I need your first and your last name. Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Then I need your age and your birth of date. Alright, then I need your occupation. Are you a student? Are you an employee? Are you working full-time, part-time? Okay, so you're a student at college. That's exciting. Can you tell me what subject? Great. Then I would need your full address. Okay. And I would like to ask you, do you have any physical health concerns like regular migraines or an upset stomach, something like that, that just occurs every so often? Okay. Do you smoke or drink? Yeah. No, that's totally fine. I don't judge, I just need those informations. Okay. Now, can you tell me maybe a bit more about your diet? So, what type of stuff are you eating? Are you eating regularly? Are you vegan or maybe have some food intolerances? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So lactose intolerant. Okay. Now I will write that down. Alright. Next up, do you have a previous history of mental health concerns? Okay. Yeah. And is this your first time visiting a therapist? Okay. Alright then. I think that was just about it. All of the information that I just need to know in order to complete your file. And would you like to tell me a bit about why you chose to visit me today? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. So the main reason is a very tough breakup. Did I understand that correctly? Okay. Yeah. Thanks for telling me that. Thanks for being so open with me. Yeah, it's fine. So we will uncover things from session to session, and the first thing is basically you feeling comfortable with me and you feeling comfortable to trust me and tell me things, because that's the base that we are working with. So I can't help you if we are not open with each other, so that's very important for me. Yeah. That's a very good question. Mm. Okay then. So, would you mind asking me if you left the relationship or if your partner decided to leave the relationship? Mm. And you mentioned that that's what made it even harder for you? Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. And you decided to move out of your shared apartment? Yes. Mm. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. All right then. That sounds really tough. I'm sorry that you had to go through something like that. That's terribly upsetting. Yeah. Mm. So, yeah. I understand that you reacted that way, and I would like to know what made you react. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you describe the feeling as being threatened by the things he was accusing you of? Or was it something different? Yeah. Yeah. This is very valid, yes. Of course. So it's important for me right now to try to figure out how we are supposed to navigate together through those negative feelings that you're experiencing, especially the feelings that you described as a depressive episode. I would like to talk about them a bit more, if that's okay with you. Yeah, sure. Whenever you're ready. Mm. Okay. Yeah, Sure, you can absolutely continue with your story. I'm here to listen. Do you mind if I ask questions every now and then to just understand things a bit better and be able to kind of help you analyze some of those feelings? Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that. Yeah, you can continue, of course. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And did you have friends and family by your side while you were moving out of the shared apartment? Yeah. Yeah, that's a very valid question. Yes, of course. So it's always easier, of course, when we go through times like this to have people by your side that support you and listen to you. And it's very good that you can rely on your mom to do that, and that she is such an important and prominent figure in your life. Yeah, that's great. Can I ask what her name is? Okay. Yes, I'm just asking because you named a few people and I don't want to get confused asking you questions about them. So I always try to ask my patients about the names and write them down. So if we continue to talk about a certain situation that a person is involved that we already talked about, it's always nice to know the name so I can remember where we stand and we can continue talking about that. Yeah. Okay. Tracy. Alright then. And your ex-boyfriend's name is Travis? Yeah. Yeah. So you didn't like how he reacted in that certain situation? Am I right? How did you feel when he was writing your best friend? What types of feelings came up in that moment? Betray. Yeah, of course. That's a very valid feeling in this type of situation, and it's actually very good of you to be able to name the feeling that you felt while all of this was happening, because it's going to tremendously help us down the line. Yeah, it's very good actually. Okay. And you said you confronted her. And what did she say? Yeah. That's a very, very common reaction in that type of situation. So, in this case, you have to learn to separate your friend's reaction to a situation that she obviously got caught in from yourself. So this has nothing to do with yourself, and the things that she said to you were obviously not true. Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's good to hear that. So she reacted in a very mean way towards you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that. That's awful. And you said that you were scared to confront Travis with your feelings and with the fact that he was writing Jennifer, your best friend, and that they were kind of in a relationship that was going on through the internet. So they were sending each other messages and pictures of themselves. Okay. Yeah, let me just. Yeah. Okay. So I understood that correctly. Yeah. Alright. You didn't talk to him. Okay. No. Can you tell me why you chose to confront Jennifer but not Travis? Yeah. So the thing is that you don't have to feel ashamed of that. Yeah. I can tell you that that's the way a lot of people would have reacted. Yeah. Yeah, of course. So yeah, I don't want you to feel bad about your reaction. I want you to feel proud of yourself for at least confronting or asking one of the people involved in the situation about what happened. That was really brave. Very, very brave of you. And yeah, we all try to move forward with that. Okay, so you said that you didn't want to confront Travis because you were really scared of his reaction and you were scared of him leaving you. Is that right? No. No, that's actually, again, very common. If I understand that correctly, and if I interpret that correctly, you were very, very, very much in love with your boyfriend, and you didn't want him to break up with you, and you didn't want to give him a reason for that breakup. And that's completely fair. Love is a very, very strong human emotion, and it consists out of very complex chemicals in our brains that make us very attached to people, that make us even sometimes do things that seem unreasonable. But in this case, I think it's a very, very reasonable thing to be scared of being left by a partner if you are very much in love with them. So that's a very valid reaction. And of course, you wanted to believe that it wasn't the way it first seemed. So you wanted to believe that your ex-boyfriend and Jennifer were in a platonic relationship with each other, and that none of these messages and pictures meant anything. And yeah, then you had to figure out that they meant something, and that the two of them were actually in a sexual relationship. Okay. There's a lot to unpack. How are you feeling right now? Yeah, it's okay. You can always cry. There's some tissues just laying next to you. Yeah, it's fine. Crying is actually very, very healing, and I recommend it to all of my patients. If that's something that you feel like doing, you shouldn't feel bad about crying. It's a beautiful way of emotionally releasing a lot of stuff. So yeah, you can of course cry, and I will guide you through those emotions, and we will figure it out together step by step. Okay. Alright then, so you told me that you actually wanted to talk about some people-pleasing tendencies. You called them like that on the phone when we were speaking. Yeah. And you said that they have a lot to do with how you have handled the situation between Travis and Jennifer as well. Yeah. Okay then. So, would you just like to tell me a bit more about it, and maybe also say why you think that these people-pleasing tendencies had something to do with how you handled the relationship between Travis and Jennifer? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you said that you think it might have something to do with the relationship you had with your parents growing up. Yeah. Yeah. So since you are asking, people-pleasing tendencies do have, or how should I say this? So there is a bond between people-pleasing tendencies and lower self-esteem. That is indeed true, but it is not the main reason for that. So the main problem that you are describing here is basically that you feel like your needs don't matter enough, and that the needs of other people are more important, right? Yeah, you're scared to speak up as well. Yeah, that's actually a very common problem, especially I noticed that especially with a lot of my female patients, that that's something that we have to talk about and talk through it. And again, I would like to emphasize that that is indeed a process, so it doesn't happen overnight, and luckily our circumstances and our life gives us a lot of moments to practice it and to practice setting healthy boundaries with other people and speaking up for ourselves, saying no to things that we don't like and that we just don't agree with, and saying yes to people, to things that feel good to us and that feel right. And yeah, it's a process and it takes some time, but it is very healing to speak your mind and stand up for yourself. Yeah. Alright, so that's something that you would like to work on. Okay, I will write that down. We can definitely do that. Can you give me maybe a couple of examples where you felt that you just couldn't set the right boundaries with people, or you felt like you were silenced and your voice, you didn't feel heard in a certain situation? Okay, so you experienced that with your mom. In which way exactly? Yeah, okay. And why do you think you didn't feel like your voice mattered? Okay, so she said that. Alright then. That wasn't really kind of her, if I might say so. That is not a kind thing to say to your child. And you spoke about it. And it's very, very good. Actually, the fact that you decided, even when in the moment while it was happening, you didn't necessarily found the right words for what was happening and couldn't communicate well, the fact that you still chose to sit down with your mom and tell her that her words deeply affected and hurt you was very brave of you, and I think it's a step into a very good direction. Yeah. So what exactly did make you confront her again? Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, that's very, very good. Okay, and how did she react? Alright. Yeah. No. I think that says a lot about her character and about how much she values the relationship that she has with you. Yeah. No, I think that's very good. Yeah. Can you tell me how you felt afterwards, after you talked with your mum and she reacted in such a kind and understanding way? Yeah. So you felt very brave and proud of yourself. Yeah. as you should. That was a very brave thing to do, standing up for yourself in a situation like that and communicating your feelings. Okay. Alright, you said you felt brave and proud. Can you maybe, if it feels safe for you and if it feels good for you, can you maybe try to go back to the situation and kind of feel into those feelings of bravery and proudness? And maybe tell me a bit more about them. Yeah, just take a moment, a deep breath. Of course, only if it feels safe for you, if you feel called to do that. If not, we will figure out a different way. Okay, yeah, sure, just take a deep breath. And out. Just try to think about the bravery you felt in that moment and how proud you were of yourself. Yeah. Yeah. So you said that in a very beautiful way. Yes. Okay. So that was actually something that I would like to work with you on in our next session. Yeah, so I think that's a good start. And moving forward, we will definitely discuss the situation between Travis and Jennifer. And we will try to make you feel more confident and able to communicate your feelings, talk about your needs, because that's something that I really want for you. I think that's just very important. Yeah, okay then. So I will send you some of the forms that you have to fill out for next session, and you can just go to the receptionist and ask for a new appointment there. And other than that, I thank you very much for your honesty. I hope you felt comfortable and safe here. If there's anything you would like to tell me, or if there's anything that you would like to discuss, you can always call me. My number is on the flyer that you will get on the front desk, so I am always available for my patients. And if there is something that you would like to discuss in our next session, or that is just very important that I take into account for our next few appointments, you can always write me an email if you feel more comfortable doing that. It's very important that you feel safe telling me stuff and that you feel very heard and you can understand my reactions to certain things, because we will have to talk about many things in your life that are fairly intimate. That is just a very important base that I would like to work on with you. Okay, alright then. I thank you so much and I hope you have a good day. Yeah, thank you. And I will see you in our next